I got to give you your flowers right quick.
Me? Why?
Yes. I
No, me?
got to give you flowers. Because without you encouraging me, I would not be doing this. You said, hey, get your ass out there and start helping people. I said, me? You said, yes. You I'm like down here. I'm like, me? And Ron was like, yeah, you can do it too. Get out there, motherfucker. Because I know you can do it. I was like, I don't know. I'm disabled. You know, I'm broke. He's like, man, I'm broke too. I can do the same thing. You can do the same thing just as me. Do it. If they say you can't do it, fuck them. I was like, okay, Rome, I got it, dog. Next thing you know,
it's not a disability. It's a different ability.
Bruh. So because of that, and what initially lit a fire under me was when you came down here for Tour for the Poor. And you showed me how simple it is. It's difficult, but simple at the same time. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess I can. And so I just jumped. And we started the chapter. Got some brilliant people in the chapter. Shout out to Sabiha. Shout out to Cam. You know, part of the Orlando chapter. Thank you so much to Kevin for helping out too. Kevin jumped in, right? And I don't want to forget the gentleman who also helped us out yesterday. He was one of their neighbors that also joined in. Want to make sure that I get his name correctly because I don't want to forget. My brain is as mush. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure.
Oh, you're nice, man. So I would have been like, shout out everybody, much love, goodbye.
I know, man.
It's too many names, but it is beautiful that you know, your chapter, man. Your chapter, like you got way more people than I got when I first started. But that's good. It showed that it's actual solidarity.
And shout out to Lance too. Thank you so very much for joining us as well. Appreciate it, man. That means a lot. You know, I just want to make sure I got the shout outs to everybody that was part of it. So yeah, thank you. So just to give you guys a little bit of a refresher, let me share my screen real quick. Boy, I wanted to end this. I wanted to end this on a good note. We ended this on a high note, baby. So this was from yesterday, and we were out there.
Cold water? Okay, all right, good deal.
No.
Hopefully they got something like food was. All right, so
now just letting you guys know, the whole reason why I had the camera on me most of the time was because you know how some people, you know, they'll videotape, you know, homeless people, but they really won't get their consent and stuff like that. I was trying to be more respectful in that way. So I heard, you know, you can hear what they're saying, but you may not be able to see them because, you know, I wanted to kind of maintain, you know, their respect because, and if I should have asked some of them, but I was kind of nervous to ask them. But if they, you know, that's one of the reasons why, because I really just wanted to respect, you know, them. You know, some people don't want to be recorded, even though we were in a public park.
I still do this, you know. A lot of people don't want to be on camera. Like if I have cameras around me or somebody is recording and whatnot, a lot of people don't want to be on camera, man. You got to respect those wishes. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, believe it or not, you know, a lot of our homeless people are on the run and stuff like that. So, you know, they try not to be seen in certain places, certain areas, or whatever the fuck it may be. But you just got to respect their wishes and, you know, just make sure that the people know, the people that donated, the people who contribute to this cause, let them know that it's still going on, this is still happening, the people is getting help. As long as they see you out there, I'm pretty sure it should speak for itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
we don't need to see the motherfucking homeless person take the shit, eat the shit, wash up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here.
Yep.
Sorry? Doing good today?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Doing all right.
Yeah, thank you so very much.
We're blessed today. I'll say
What's
that.
tonight, bud? Shoot, I've been here trying to clean tonight's rims on the car and just get a plate of food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry, man. I ain't got no work right now. I ain't got nothing to eat.
That's another thing that is something that we have to do for next time is for food. But unfortunately, they will ticket you or maybe even arrest you for giving away food in downtown Orlando.
What you do with that is you set up a table and you don't hand people food.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hand people food. You just let them take it. And if the cops come, just say you're selling it. You might get a ticket for selling without a permit, but you won't go to jail for giving away food to the homeless. Now,
yeah.
Who table is it? I don't know. I was just here. You know what I'm saying? I was just waiting for everybody to get done picking up theirs so I can pick up mine.
Mm-hmm.
So that way there's no face, no case, nobody connected to it. But just set up the table and let people do what they do. Set up the camp, whatever the fuck it may be, and the people going to take what they need.
Oh, we figured out a way around it, by the way. We figured out a way around it. So we got it for next time. So yeah, we figured out some smart ways around it. So we got that. But that's one of the hard parts was people, some people were asking for food, and all we had was water in the toiletries. So that's all we really had. And as we were walking, hang on, make sure we get every.
No. Yeah. Hey. Okay. All right. Take care.
Mm-hmm.
Share some. Hey.
It's a beehive.
Hey. RBN Orlando chapter. All right.
And so down there.
Huh?
Y'all looking good out there.
Yeah, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Now, as far as
here we go.
So this is the beginning of the day. So right after this, I didn't record this part, but there was a homeless gentleman that told me when I started talking about mutual aid and what it meant. He said, I have never heard anyone say it like that before. Because he said all these people from charities, they come out here to show their face and promote themselves, but they don't say it like the way you did. And so, he was impressed and he was like, well, what organization you with? I'm like, we're with Revolutionary Blackout Network. And he's like, I'm gonna look for you. I'm gonna search you out. So I gave him my contact info so that, if he wants to get in touch with me. But they were just, telling us, God bless you, things like that. It was beautiful how they actually were reacting to it. But let me just go right here.
Okay. Here we go. Here is the supplies for. Oh, let's open this up just so that everybody can see. And we're not about that tiny little toothpaste.
Thank
we
you,
actually
man.
have
I
the
hate
full one
niggas
for
with them
everybody.
tiny
So
toothpastes,
that's what we're
dog.
doing. And making sure.
The fuck you want me to do with that?
Yeah.
Brush my teeth 2 times? You know how big my teeth is?
Got them Steve Harvey size teeth.
That's why when I do giveaways, I always go to this Family Dollar. It's black owned. Man, they be like, please don't take all the, well, you know what I'm saying? Don't take all the toothpaste, man. Leave us some, because, I'll be grabbing all them.
Yeah.
Give me all this shit. Because it's nothing but $1, man. It's nothing like $1, $2, depending on where you go and I guess what city you in. But Family Dollar, that Colgate is $1, man. You buying
Yeah.
this, you buying that little thing that's like 25, 40 cents, man. You wasting money.
Yeah. And so we were like, nah, you're getting the full actual tube of toothpaste, a full bar of deodorant, right? And they got hand sanitizer, they got a pair of socks, they got a straight razor for shaving, they got that stuff. For the ladies, we have feminine products as well. We also gave out condoms too on top of it, and then we also had water. And then we also gave them extra Ziploc bag, because a lot of times homeless people, they may not have an adequate wallet. So they need to put things like their social security card, and things like that in something that, can stay away from the moisture and water. So that's what we did. So yeah, this is a good point by Seven Sword Mary. Says heart disease can start in the gums. Absolutely. And so that also is important. And there's something that I said during the stream yesterday that I want to make sure to harp on for everybody to hear. When you go out and do these things, ask the people what they need. Don't assume. Ask them and start asking them what they need. And so one of the things that we were asking people about was, for instance, like for healthcare. Could you be signing people up or helping people to sign up for Medicaid or food stamps, right? You can do that. That can also help people, right? Be careful with that, though. If you're going to help sign them up, make sure that if you can print out paper applications and even give them like stamped envelopes so that they can have it sent out, so that they can have it. That's another possibility of something you can do. So these are just some of the ways in which you can help your fellow neighbors out in these areas.
And you can use your bigoted family member addresses to help them help them get an ID. If you want to stick it to the man and you can't touch the man and you mad at your dad or uncle, whatever, use their address and let a homeless person use it for their ID. Use it to let them get an ID. So it can help them get a job or whatever the fuck it may be. Help them get off the police. Help the police get off their asses once they have identification and stuff like that. Yeah. Use your bigoted, your racist family members' addresses to help the homeless, especially those that hate the homeless. You know what I'm saying? That auntie that don't never help the homeless and talk down on them. Use hers for sure.
All right, so let's continue really quick.
Sure that our neighbors actually have what they need. So we're going to be delivering this. There's more in the car actually. So just in case anybody's wondering, so we're going to be delivering.
But you guys see how full this box is. It was full. By the time we got halfway around the park, we were almost done.
Delivering this at this beautiful park where a lot of people who are homeless go to basically see some beautiful scenery and not have to worry about being in the concrete jungle too much. So, yeah. That is the federal courthouse in Orange County. And we are now entering Division, which is in Central, which is basically we're going into the hood. So we were in the city, now we're going to downtown hood. So you just discovered a tent city right over the street over on Terry. How many would you say, like, guesstimate, like, how many people?
35, 50.
35 to 50 people?
Easily. I mean, I don't know, there's people in tents that I didn't
Yeah,
see.
we didn't.
God, and it's hot out here.
Hot out here.
You
I
know,
mean, the thing is, it's hot out here, but this is actually a nice day.
yeah,
Imagine
yeah,
July.
yeah. This is
July, it's unbearable.
yeah, because we're hitting like 95 to 105, and the humidity out here is like, you know, super high. I mean, anybody who's visited Orlando, Florida, it gets very hot out here. And so I'm starting so I'm soaking already. Yeah, on Terry Street, because on my way to dialysis, I passed it yesterday morning, and I saw it on Terry.
That's where we should go next.
Yeah, we're hitting Terry first. We have to.
Next time, that's where we'll go next.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that.
Because honestly, I thought we were going to give away like 20 in Lake Yola, and then I thought we would have to go somewhere else. I didn't think that we were going to give everything, most of our stuff away at Lake Yola.
Yeah, meanwhile, we gave away 80 in Lake Yola. Like 80.
Or over 80.
Yeah.
Like probably 85.
Yeah. And then as we walked towards here, we started giving out some as on the way.
I didn't think we were going to give away 100 today. I thought we were going to give away maybe like 40 or 50.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
But honestly, when you think it's bad, it's worse.
Yeah.
And just so that everybody knows, when you're in Florida, like, you guys will do drives for like coats, jackets, things like that, for warm clothes, just so that people can stay warm. We have the opposite problem here, especially in the summertime. So the homeless get so hot that they risk heat stroke. And so if you go to a lot of the homeless camps, like, all the homeless people are under tarps because it's just that hot and they can't survive. And so they're always at risk for heat stroke. So up north, people can freeze to death. Down here, people can pretty much burn to death. And so that's how bad it is down here.
That's fucked up.
So, yeah, let's continue.
And that's what hurts the most, is that I'm gonna be honest with people, is that if you're trying to do this work, be prepared for the emotional aspect of it too. Because people, you know, you don't want to see that, but at the same time, you're trying to do whatever you can to provide some relief. I almost, like, last time when Rome was here, when we were doing tour for the poor, I almost cried. I almost started crying because there was this one guy. He had dreadlocks. He was very disheveled, dirty clothes. His belt was barely hanging on his waist. Like, his pants like were ripped at the front, and his shoes like were ripped and torn. And he was just shuffling around. And he kept coming back. He ended up eating the entire pizza himself. And he was skinny as a rail. And we gave him like 2 waters. He went away, came back. He didn't even bother to wipe his face. He had pizza sauce all over his face, asking me for more.
I remember that.
Like, what do you do? Like, and then people will look at them and say, oh, they made that choice. Nobody makes that choice. And people will look at me weird. I'm like, nobody actually makes the concerted choice to think, oh, well, I'll just sell drugs because this is the cool thing to do. They don't do that. They do it primarily because they have no other recourse and they have to survive. If you take the desperation away, then people will make better choices. But the problem is that you force desperation. And they like that desperation. The people at the top like that desperation because then the police get to arrest them and then place them in prison. And we all know that the 13th Amendment does not completely get rid of slavery. So then they actually are enslaved and working for companies like McDonald's and Wendy's and Victoria's Secret for free or nearly free, slaving for these corporations in prison, working for American Airlines on their phones. You could be talking on American Airlines on the phone, and you could be talking to somebody in prison.
Did anybody realize that American Airlines employs prison labor?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't know that.
All of them do.
Yeah. A lot of these companies, Victoria's Secret, prison labor, slavery. It still exists. So I'm gonna hurry up a little bit because this takes a little bit longer than what I realized. But this is us going to the homeless camp.
First? Oh, you got it.
See, I was smart to get something on wheels. I always forget to get something on wheels.
Yeah. No, those things came in clutch. I'll be honest. We had two of them. The other one's with the other one. This is at the end of our event. So we have Cam and Lance that came with me.
Going around with some extra waters. Would you guys like some?
Does need extra water?
So this is the homeless camp that we went to.
Do you need water too?
That's one.
Just in case anybody's wondering.
And that was one of the few white people that we actually saw that were homeless. Like 90%, 80 to 90% of all the white people, the people that were homeless were actually black.
How y'all doing today? Stay cool out here, man. You take care, okay?
And at this point, we actually ran out of care packages. So we didn't have any more to give. We ran out. So all we had left was cold water. That was it.
That's when it started to suck. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. That's why next time we're coming back to this location first.
Yep. That's what it's all about. Flip up them strongholds. You know, you get, you know what I'm saying? Flip up them strongholds. Walk around. You might not be able to get all of them, but at least you know where they at. At least you know it will be there. Hopefully, it will be there when you get back. Hopefully, they don't sleep.
When homeless people are on wheelchairs.
We don't have ice, though. Yeah, sorry.
That's what I call them. They don't spill. That way.
Yep. Yeah. Y'all take care. Stay cool out here, all right?
Man, shut up.
We need to radicalize the homeless people to make them take over houses.
Look, we all got to get our swerve on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all have a good one. Stay cool out here, all right? All right.
Because one thing about me, even when I was homeless, you know, I take some L's. I slept in some parks and shit like that, but not for long. I used to break in people's houses and cars and shit like that. If your house is empty, I'm breaking in it. I'm gonna sleep in your house, dude. Like you should have been here, you know.
Yeah, I should have been here.
Yeah, like come on, man. It's the middle of the winter in Detroit. You think I'm about to sleep in the park again? No, I'm breaking in your house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm breaking in your house. So I think that's one of our next steps. Once we get enough people on the ground, we really need to start radicalizing homeless people to take over empty housing. You know, we have more empty houses than we have homeless people in America right now. If we can get these people to shack up like they're doing right now, they're socializing, they're shacking up with each other, they are depending on one another. They have their own community, but we need to get them to realize like, look, this ain't the end. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the end of the fight until we knock the fuck out, you know. And if they kick us out of our house, we just take another one of theirs. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We just take it together and then see what the landlord do. The landlord want problems, then shit, he got them. But you got to be willing to, you know, put your life on the line for it, because this is your life. You know what I'm saying? Like They are literally telling you that you are less than, you are not worthy of housing, you are not worthy of water, you are not worthy of being a human, because you don't have what they have. You can take, oh my God, Emily. We can we can take back what's ours,
Yep.
And these landlords, they don't stand a chance. These banks, they don't stand a chance once the people actually, stand together, and we are willing to fight and die for our lives.
Yep. So this actually was on our way back after we had just finished, and I saw this building and I was angry and appalled. So here we go.
Like, how much does this facility cost? Advent Health Training Center. How much does this cost to build? Yet, right over there, right behind that mosque, is a homeless campment. Yet you have this brand new building right here, training facility by Advent Health, which is a religious hospital system, an Adventist hospital system. And yet, this huge facility was built, and yet you still got homeless people. This doesn't make no damn sense, man. We should focus on the people first
Hold on, what
before a
religion is
training
this?
center for athletes, an athletic training center. Hey, this is an athletic training center, right?
Yeah, this is like for Orlando Magic, and it's like a clinic too, ortho clinic.
They could
So
have
we
just built the
spent
fucking homeless
millions
shelter.
of dollars on this.
Yeah.
What's
And-
up? You say?
America is so backwards, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit, nigga, we need not
Yeah, right
even
across.
just a homeless shelter. We could have built a rehabilitation center, something that the people actually need, But here we go with the bourgeois. Who's
Mhm.
going to be using this besides the bourgeois?
Mm-hmm.
The people with
Yeah.
money, the people with enough money to get a membership, the people
Mhm.
with enough with good health care to get the physical therapy wherever the fuck that clinic do.
Yep. Yep.
Across the street, right behind that mosque, you literally have homeless people in tents.
Yeah, it's for the stadium too.
And then
Super vital.
the stadium, the soccer stadium that displaced a bunch of black people in their neighborhoods. And then right there you have the federal courthouse, right? Right there.
I can hold that in a lot.
Millions of dollars. Millions.
So yeah. And
This shit is laughable.
yeah. And by the way, I don't know who the hell you are, but guess what? If we're mad about training facilities for athletes instead of giving some of that money so that people can actually have homes, then if you're actually trying to mock us for that, then there's something wrong with you. I'm just gonna be real. That's what it is. Because my thing is, where's your heart? Where is your care for the actual people? Because that name does not fit you. I'm be real with you right now. It doesn't. So, like, why in the fuck are you in our comments right now trying to be a troll? Like, holy shit! Like, why don't you do what I did but better? Well, go out there. And by the way, you know what? This actually reminded me of what I wanted to say. So thank you so very much. By the way, all the things that I did yesterday, all things that we did yesterday could be small potatoes to all the people who talk about the NLRB. Why don't you guys, and please, somebody clip this. Why don't you guys get your behinds out there and do better than what I did? I challenge you. I challenge you, Kalinsky, Crystal Ball. I challenge you guys to do better than us. I challenge Sam Cedar to get out there and do better than we did. I challenge you. Can you do better? I know you can. You guys got the resources to do it. Go ahead. Go ahead, do better.
They have the resources, but they don't have the connection with the people. Nobody would take them serious. And for one, nobody would take them serious. For two, they would probably throw up if a homeless person touched their fucking hand. They would probably be so disgusted.
Homeless people's hands. I made sure to do that because that's about human connection, right? The thing is, it's not about me. It's about the people who are suffering. I dare all y'all on the legacy left. I dare anybody who has 60, 70, 80, 100, 200, a million followers, a million subs on their channels. I dare you guys to do that. Do better than us because it's not about me. I don't care if you guys do way better than me. If you do, good, because that means that the people actually got what they need. I dare you to do better. Challenge. The ball is all in your court. Every single one of you.
They're doing better as voting and sitting back, letting these people starve for another 4 years.
And then on top of it, we didn't even cover some homeless people that I wanted to cover. Because guess what? What about the people who are sleeping on the couches in other people's living rooms? They're homeless. What about the people in the motels? Like, there's a motel right not too far from me. And you know what breaks my heart is when I see the school bus stop there to pick up little kids in that motel for them to go to school. People who sleep in the motels, they're homeless too. So, look, you guys can talk about the NLRB all you want. But guess what? The homeless population is exploding right now. And you guys can talk about, well, the Democrats are doing this tiny little good thing. When really, it's like, okay, yeah, but what are they actually doing on the ground for those people? Where's the eviction moratoriums?
90% of the workforce isn't unionized and cannot be unionized because of all the fucking leeway that these Democrats and Republicans gave these fucking corporations. Now they are using slave labor, child labor, and get slapped on the wrist. Oh, you using child labor? Here's a fine for $6,500. Not shut your whole fucking company down or release it to the people. You can't be serious.
Yeah. And so that's why I said I challenge them, because number one, I want people who are viewers of theirs to see what they don't do. Watch. Because somebody can clip this, somebody can tag them, they're not going to pay attention to it. Because even though they're not going to acknowledge it. Just like what Kyle Kalinske did, a media article featured as the furthest left channel on Mediaite besides Lee Camp, but he said Lee Camp, but he wouldn't acknowledge us, right? Right? Because Kyle Kalinske did not want to say our name on stream. Oh, I'm calling it out. I would like to see it. Yes, everybody knows Kyle Kalinske got legs. Yes, he does have legs, and he can use those shiver legs to actually deliver for the people in his area. He lives near New York City, right? He can go to New York and help people, or like what? He's living near DC now. There's a lot of homeless people in DC. He can actually be out there and helping people in DC too. He can actually drum up his millions of subs in order to influence them to do what we're doing. The court's on you, bro. It's all on you. RBN, we're doing it. Who else is doing it?
You don't need 1 million followers to do it. You don't need shit to do it.